Last night, I tried to watch the ESPYs, and I literally
Ugh.
just ended up turning it off and turning on John Wick 4 because I just needed some killing after watching the ESPYs. It's not good anymore.
I don't th was it ever good? When has the ESPYs ever been a good
I
television
don't
show?
know. It seemed to be more captivating, at least when we were younger.
I legitimately have never watched the ESPYs in my entire life. And this is from someone who watches the Oscars every year. I like award shows to a certain extent, but when they feel like they matter. Like I like the Oscars because they feel like they matter. The ESPYs is we already have competitions for sports to become the best team. It's called sports. Like we play sports to win championships. Like
But
going to
here's
an
the thing.
award show
You're
for
right.
a it's dumb.
You're
It's
right, but here's the
dumb.
thing, we wouldn't have gotten the gold of the gold of Shane Gillis as the host, which just seems so out of place, and, like, why did they throw him in there?
Well,
It's phenomenal they did, but he even
yeah.
said it on stage multiple times, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know why I'm here." I know that's also part of his shtick, but it was fantastic. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing here.
So shout out to ML Football on Twitter because he put together a thread of the 15 funniest moments of Shane Gillis
Oh,
hosting
we better watch
the
we're listening
ESPYs.
to them all.
So we're going 15. They're
Are
short
are are
clips.
are we gonna pause in between and talk about them, or are we just gonna go the whole thing and then talk?
No, I have to switch anyway, so this is perfect. We'll
Oh, let's
do
go.
clip by clip. Here's
So,
I
the
don't think
opening
these are in
mono
any order. So
okay.
here's it's just let's go first. Here we go.
Is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players.
And that
WNBA
is of
And
All-Star.
she and
course
sh and she laughed at it, she loved it.
well, not only that, but then that is his friend Matt McCusker's wife, who Matt McCusker is the one he co-hosts Matt and Shane's secret podcast with. Also, Matt McCusker, very funny special on YouTube that legitimately made me laugh out loud like throughout almost the entire thing. He is very funny. He's very underrated because obviously Shane Gillis gets all like the shine from that show, but they talk all the time on that podcast about Matt McCusker having like a black wife. So for him to incorporate his best friend's wife into a joke that I've seen people misinterpret this joke. The joke is not on the WNBA. The joke is on the people at ESPN and like the sports people who are just like, oh, yeah, I love the WNBA, and then can't name a single player outside of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. So he just made a random name up, cut to a random black woman in the audience, and then everybody obviously was clapping. And then the joke was on them because she's obviously not in the WNBA. So what a great just what a great joke. Like that's hilarious. That's but the next one, Casino, this is the Jeffrey Epstein show apparently because the next one was a Epstein. I
So
can't
good.
see yes, this one is talking about Epstein. Here we go.
Supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted, must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on. Is it supposed to be?
These are the thing I don't like about this is these are awful quality.
Yeah.
The like the audio quality, it's turned up all the way. I can't turn it up
But you
anymore.
missed I mean, the last part of that joke was just I mean, it's not a joke, it was so he was like, "Oh, let's just forget about it as a country." And it's just like it's so
uh,
true, dude.
well, yeah, we'll get to that and all that kind of stuff because that whole thing is crazy.
Well, we don't
But
really need to talk about that, we're a sports show.
well, not on this one, Casino. Not on this one. You know what? Why don't we just go through his whole it's only 10 minutes. Why don't we just go through his monologue instead of
Alright,
just watching the clips? All right, here we go. What else are we
let's
doing?
go.
All right, here we
Nothing.
go. Yeah. Here we go. Here's his whole opening monologue. Let's go. Also, I will just
let's listen to this whole thing. Pause.
well, we're going to be pausing throughout it. But I will say the ESPYs is one of, and especially as a sports show and a sports podcast, you and I watch sports more than probably any other people I know, right? Just like not by other
Just random. We'll
podcasts.
just watch stuff. We just watch stuff.
Yeah. And there is, I don't know if it's celebrities or rappers or whatever it is, but when they pan through the crowd at the ESPYs and they get close up, like we just saw right there, like it was like, oh, that's Russell Wilson. And then the next 7 people, it's like, who the hell are those people? Who are they? I've never seen these people before
Fillers.
in my life. I don't know, but I just noticed that through the ESPYs, like obviously they cut to ESPN and football players and basketball players, but then there's sometimes where I'm like, who the hell is that? Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the 2025 ESPYs. I'm so excited to be here in front of so many amazing athletes. World champion Freddie Freeman is here. Give it up for Freddie. Yeah. WNBA legend Deanna Taurasi is here. Give it up for her. My bad on that. SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble.
Such a good joke. He was so not pleased about. Did you
Nice.
just every single person that's around him had nobody had a smile on.
This is I will pause at the reaction to that joke.
And now
You can go
everybody
through
sitting around him is in foul trouble.
it. So he has a 25% of a smile. His entourage or whatever, and the guys around him, this guy's loving it. Everybody else, this is also what I hate about the ESPYs. And really what I hate about athletes in general is it's just like, guys, take a fucking joke. Like, take a joke. Like, everybody has to act like so serious and like they're above being joked
I will say
about.
this. You know how I feel about Pat McAfee, right? He was enjoying everything.
Well, yeah, because he's like an athlete, but he's also like a guy now in the media who can laugh about stuff. Like the Taurasi thing where he like apologizes to her and she's kind of like shaking his head. Did I miss something? What
I don't
did
know.
he do that like disrespected? Oh my God, we can't disrespect Tiana Taurasi or whatever. She'll be on that, that second screen on a show nobody watches and bitch about it for 20 minutes. Like,
I mean, I
think
do like Taurasi, and I thought she had a good speech, but
but as like a person who talks about sports and stuff like that, she's the most serious person in the world. And it's just like, all right, calm down. Like everybody has to like bow at her feet. Like, get the fuck over yourself. Same with I mean, Shea Gilgis is laughing, but like his entourage, like, take a fucking joke. Like you're gonna be on camera for 5 seconds. Just smile.
it looks like what he looked like when he won the fucking title.
All right, here we go.
Megan Rapinoe could not make it tonight. Nice. No, we're going to pretend she's a good time. All right.
God damn.
John Jones and Nate Diaz are here. Hell yeah. Actually, I had a couple drinks with those guys last night at the hotel, and it was terrifying. Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. All right.
So I want to know how
You
many
don't
of
have
these
to
are
do that.
actually planted loud.
It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York Knicks had a great season. Hell yeah.
This was so good.
Karl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl. Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother.
Dude, like, yeah, nobody seems to be laughing at any of this.
It's the
Full-time
athlete.
WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody.
So how many of these people do you or how much
I'm
of this
joking
laugh
around.
do you
That's
think is
my
just, like,
friend's wife.
implemented into it, and there's nobody laughing?
Well, I think this is also
I think with how his reactions are, he's not actually like, nobody's actually laughing. I think he's just saying all these things, and there's nobody reacting to it. They have, like, that fake laugh track in the background.
well, but this is every ESPYs. Every ESPYs, I think this is also one of the award shows where they let like fans in and stuff. So I'm assuming the laughter you're hearing is fans because I think it's one of those things where on the floor, it's like the athletes, celebrities, all that kind of stuff, and their entourages, their wives, their girlfriends, whatever. And then it's the fans in the back, which is why you kind of hear like the delayed laughter, right? So because it has to like hit that back group or whatever. But yeah, the front, every time it's always just like the athletes, none of them are laughing. It'll cut to him, and you saw T.O. there just being like, wow. Oh my god, wow. The comedian in his opening monologue is doing jokes about sports stars. Oh,
Dude, and
oh my
they're
god.
not even that bad.
Dude, they're not. Like that
Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe joke, like everybody gets the joke that she's not a good time. Like that's funny because like
Yeah, he's
jokes
not
are
saying that
funny
she's
because
a
they're
bad
true.
person. He's not saying that
Yeah,
she's a
she's
bad person.
saying
Oh, she's
she's a
always
Taurasi.
yeah,
It's ugh.
but
And then this is the first joke we went through, but
yeah, I
it's
mean,
funny in context.
Carl Anthony Towns, cat one is hey girl. Like that is so funny. That's funny. And if I was and honestly, if I was him, I would laugh at that because they made, it was a whole thing about my fans even doing you. I think I sent it to you, you sent it to me of the fans being uh like, what's your best Carl Anthony Towns impression? And they're all just like, it's a foul and stuff like that. Right? You remember that video?
Yeah, yeah. No, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah, that's the whole point of that
Yeah.
joke.
I mean, those are
Yeah.
his fans doing that. Right. And exactly. Like your fans are doing it. You should just lean into that and find it really funny.
Well, at the ESPYs so far, I'm assuming it's been like all like rappers and athletes, the two most serious people with the like
Which all
funniest
the every
jobs.
time they came back from commercial and it was just a kind of a rap. I'm not saying there's anything bad with rap or anything like that. It was very because I like some rap and it was very off. No, no, I say that
The
I
whitest
like
thing
it.
you've ever said is
Yes,
being
I
like,
know.
"I like rap music."
I
I
do. But I don't like this generation's rap music where it's honestly overproduced, just same line over and over. I prefer earlier stuff when we were growing up, and before that. Anyway, that aside, it just kind of seemed not right for the ESPYS. It just like it came back from break and it was just like a rapper doing his thing, and I'm like, okay.
Well, you wanna know why? Because the ESPYs is dog shit. Like, the ESPYs is a bad award show, it's a bad television show, it's something just to put on
I
TV
mean,
in the middle of July.
the only one that was good, and you saw everybody, and Brittany made a comment, my wife made a comment about this, was when Busta Rhymes got out there and fucking crushed it. And you
I
just saw like all the yeah, she was like, look at all these college kids out there not knowing what's going on. And then everybody that's like 40 just out there just like going hard. And I'm like, hell yeah. See, like Busta Rhymes, he killed it. Like he killed that shit. That was
honestly,
great.
the only thing I
That was
watched
phenomenal.
the only thing I watched from the ESPYs is this monologue. I didn't watch
Oh,
anything else.
oh yeah, no.
I know nothing about the ESPYs.
Yeah. And when they did the in memoriam, it was also like like the talk rap, and it just seemed a bit aggressive even though the lyrics were beautiful and talking about heaven and in memoriam, and then they did have the gospel choir in the background, which was really nice. But I was just a lot of it just felt off, like this just didn't fit, which was a little weird. And not just that, like even Shane Gillis, I mean, I just said it before we even started all this, like he just didn't even feel like this fit. Like
Well, yeah.
it just seemed weird. It just all
It's
seemed so weird.
yeah. Let's get back into this.
Yeah.
None of you knew WNBA players. That's crazy. You clap for that. Simone Biles is here. Yeah, hell yeah.
He's like, oh no.
It's not bad. Simone Biles is 4'8" and has 7 gold medals. She's short and has a lot of gold. When she's not competing, she leads a quiet life at the base of a rainbow. It's a leprechaun joke. If you tell Simone a riddle and she can't answer it, she has to give you all of her gold medals.
That's funny.
That was the best one.
Thank you. Hey, God damn, dude.
Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver.
Nobody liked this
because
one.
Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. Wait, who booed up there, dude? Shut up. Aaron Rodgers did not take the vaccine because he predicted it would be bad for him. And then he joined the New York Jets. So maybe he wasn't right about everything. Shedeur Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism.
These are good jokes.
These are good jokes. I don't feel like they're crossing over the line. It's everything that people have talked about, analysts and everything have been talking about on TV, right?
Yeah.
So like for people to get upset that Shane is doing these kind of jokes, that's annoying because barely anybody in the media is getting attacked about saying these same kind of things. They're just not putting them in a joke form. They're trying to, they touch and move around it.
Well, then it cut to Matt Stafford with his 90s boy band hair. Not even just looking again like he doesn't understand humor, which he probably doesn't. This woman not laughing because she's had so much plastic surgery, her face can't move.
Right.
That was the thing, right? He can't connect with the kids.
Yeah, he can't connect with the younger generation. So I think he's just too old to understand anything.
Here we go.
Right? All right. A big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Kate, yeah, hell yeah.
These are the best.
That's a good one. That's a good.
Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
That's the biggest laugh so far.
Yeah. There you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious.
That's a good joke.
We'll see about this one.
This is my favorite one.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
So funny.
Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones. Yeah. What are you? Jobs over there? Hell yeah. Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope.
See, that's a good joke. And we'll get into that when we talk after this and we get into, I want to talk about the WNBA All-Star game because it's going to be in Indy. And she just said that she's not going to be in it. And they did the whole thing there because, she's the face of the league. They wanted her in there. But we'll get into that of her she's just so beat down halfway through this season that she needs that break. Like her body's beat to shit, and we'll get into that. But I mean, that joke, that is a funny joke, but it's so on point with what's going on in that league. So we'll continue.
Yeah, here we go.
His interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions, pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime. They do. They read The Very Horny Caterpillar, The Little Engine That Could But Needed a Pill First, and of course, the classic Goodnight Boobs. That was my favorite one. Also, I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old and people are criticizing him? What happened to this country? It used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah. He's dating a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife.
Oh my God.
You didn't hear that one yet?
I did not.
That's so good.
Do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I was at we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week.
I don't know. That was such a
Actually,
good
it
one.
was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at the go Irish. I was at the Eagles game, the Super Bowl when they won, and it was not go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah. But I was down there. I'm just gonna tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. I was it was halftime of the game, and we looked up. And you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting in the suite, like at the 50-yard line. You couldn't see him, but you could see like his silhouette. You know what I mean? He was just. Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump knows ball? It's like a weird thing where they're like, man, he loves sport. He doesn't know anything about sports. Every time a team comes and visits the White House, he's like, and you must be the guy who catches. Look at these guys, big guys, black guys. And that's just when the New York Liberty visited. They didn't visit. That's just a joke. But it was halftime, and we looked up and we saw Trump. I was with my buddy, and I was like, we should just sneak up there and try to meet him. And we did. We got into his suite, which turns out it's pretty easy to get access to Donald Trump, which is probably why he keeps getting shot all the time. He just got right in there. But we're in there. He doesn't know who I am, but there's a line of people, and he's just shaking hands with everybody. And I was at the end of the line. But also, I took a picture with him, and I posted it, and people got upset about that. What the hell? He's the president. If Osama bin Laden was in the suite, I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy. But he's shaking hands with everybody. And it's very funny. Trump does this thing whenever he meets somebody for the first time, even if he doesn't know him. He gives them like a crazy compliment. It's kind of nice. Like he got to the guy next to me and he was like, look at you, you're beautiful. And then he got to me and he was like, look at you, you're huge. I was like, thank you, Mr. President. But he shook my hand. He stood next to me. So I'm just, I was at the end of the line, so there's no one else for him to shake hands with. So he's just standing next. I got to hear him breathe for like a minute, just standing next to me, just. And then his daughter Ivanka walked over to us, which, by the way, so hot. She walked over, and it was halftime of the Super Bowl. I was hammered. I was like, oh, your dad just said I was huge. So now it's me, Trump, and Ivanka. They're not talking to me, obviously, but I can overhear what they're saying. And Trump goes, Ivanka, how would you like to meet the president of soccer? And sure enough, the president of FIFA soccer was also in the suite with us. He was getting like nachos. And Donald Trump just looks at him and goes, you. And the guy put his plate down and walked straight to us. And then Donald Trump didn't even look at him. He just kept talking to his daughter, and he goes, this is the president of soccer. And they gave us the World Cup, and they did that because of me. And then he walked out of the room. It was just me and the president of FIFA looking at each other like, that was crazy. All right, that was a dumb thing to say. It was crazy. That was crazy being in that room. It's crazy to be in this room with so many legends. You guys are awesome. Oscar Robertson, that's awesome. Sugar Ray Leonard's here. Hell yeah. Sugar Ray, you're the man, but in 10 years, Jake Paul is going to try to knock you out. Take it easy. There's one thing I want to say before I get out of here, and this is a dumb joke. You guys aren't going to like it, but it's just a Norm Macdonald joke that I loved when he hosted the ESPYs, and I'm going to do it now.
So good.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter. In which case they can take that away from you. Well, see, a lot of you don't like me, and that's okay.
So good.
You know what?
The one that got the most reaction is do you have the Deshaun Watson one pulled up?
No, and also I didn't know it was that long because I only saw up until he did the book jokes. Like I didn't see the dog the sit next to your dog
That
wife
one's
ones.
funny.
That's very funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Also, that is crazy. He was allowed to do that in full on, like he said, on a Disney, like that was on ABC. Like that's crazy that they just let him do that. But no, which one did you want?
Deshaun Watson joke.
I'm
because that
sure
one
I
had
could
the
find
that
it.
one had the yeah, pull it up. That one had the craziest because they panned right over to the audience, and you just see I don't forgot who it was, but it's just like, oh, like, but like
Oh, I got it in a
that guy's feed.
well, it's on a shitty it's on a
Yeah, just
shitty
pull it up. They can hear it.
yeah, we can play it. Here we go.
Skip that joke. Please skip that joke. All right, bring it back. I'll tell that joke. I didn't write this. Put your hands where my eyes can see is what they say when Deshaun Watson gets a massage. I disagree as well. I swear to God, I didn't want to tell it. No, skip that joke.
I mean, not even a good joke. That one you can
No.
tell he didn't want to say it. I feel like because it also wasn't, you know, like wasn't his caliber. Like some of those ones in the monologue are legitimately really good.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, the ESPYs. I don't know why do they
Mm.
exist. Why? Well, I mean, if he, but also like Shane Gillis, he could just be like, "Oh, I'm going to do 10 minutes of sports jokes in a comedy cell, like in a comedy club," and those would nail. They would land better there than they would at the
Yeah,
place where they're
if he would have
most.
done that set right there at a Comedy Cellar, killed,
Yeah, it would have
slayed.
killed. It would have killed harder than the people that the jokes you think would hit with the most because it's either relatable or they know the people they're talking about. But
Yeah, it would have killed
again,
harder than former Heisman winners.